Hello and welcome to the John Ark Show. Today's episode is called 14 Reasons Why People Aren't Buying Electric Cars Yet. Have you been thinking about buying an electric car? Well, we did some research and we're going to reveal all the reasons that most people are still refusing to buy one. Before we begin, I want to encourage you to subscribe, like, follow, and comment on the show, as well as let you know that the show is sponsored by HollywoodIsCalling.com. It's a company which allows you to purchase live calls with over 100 celebrities. The celebrities can call and talk to you live, or they can leave you a voicemail. So keep it in mind as a gift for yourself or as a gift for somebody that you like or love. Once again, it's called HollywoodIsCalling.com. Give it a try. Now let's get started. Electric cars are very futuristic, sexy, and sophisticated. But should you buy one yet? Most people are evaluating them and deciding it's still not a good idea yet. We looked into it and we found 14 reasons why a lot of people are just saying no at this point. Reason number one, low gas prices. Recent events in the economy have dramatically lowered the gas price, and as a result, it has eliminated a lot of the economic advantages that electric cars have had up until this point, because you didn't need to purchase gas. Well, the gas price is so low now that that advantage has been diminished. The other thing to keep in mind is that there's a gas station on almost every corner. That's not the case with electric charging stations. Next, we have an elimination of the government incentives. Early on, the government was giving people a $7,500 tax credit as an incentive to purchase electric vehicles. Those incentives have been phased out by the government, and that means that the economic and cost advantage of buying a vehicle has been eliminated. It also means that electric cars are effectively going to become more expensive because of this. Now, the next shock for most people is the cost of replacing batteries. Many people still don't realize that you have to replace the batteries on an electric vehicle in 5 or 6 years. Now, if you're going to replace the battery on a gas-powered car, that'll cost you $150, maybe $200 at the most. But if you want to replace the batteries on an electric vehicle, that could easily cost you anywhere from $6,000 to $8,000, depending on the brand. Now, a lot of the manufacturers will tell you that these vehicles are good for up to, the vehicle batteries are good for up to 500,000 miles. But the key phrasing there is up to. In reality, the amount of mileage that you'll get off a set of batteries could be significantly lower. Now, you always have the option of purchasing reconditioned batteries instead of new batteries, but our research is showing that a lot of people spend a couple $1,000s for a set of reconditioned car batteries as opposed to $7,000 or $8,000 for a set of new batteries. But then the reconditioned batteries, they die out in a year or two anyway, so you're back to where you started, and you still need more batteries. The next issue is charging time. While you can fill your car gas tank up in a few minutes, it can take hours to recharge the batteries on an electric vehicle. In some cities like Los Angeles, because there are so many people who live in apartments that don't have garages with chargers in them, they're forced to go look for a charging station, a public charging station. And they'll check online, they'll see where the nearest charging station is, they'll drive up, and then they'll see that the line of cars just to get to a charging station can be 2 or 3 hours long because there's so much demand. So you wait in line for 2 hours because you have no choice. Then you finally pull up to the charging station, and guess what? It now takes a long time to charge your vehicle up. You could be committing, a third or half your day just to charging your battery up. Imagine suffering through that on a weekly basis. Now, the next issue is these cars, some of them are bursting into flames. There is an increasing number of stories, news stories online, as well as YouTube videos that are showing these cars bursting into flames at intersections or out on the road. And the cause is almost always the battery. While it's not very common, when it does happen, If your car bursts into flames and you have to struggle to get your children out of their safety seats in the back of the car and do all that before everybody goes up in flames, that's a serious nightmare. The other issue is that these batteries can burst into flames as a result of your vehicle being hit by another car. There are a lot of reported incidents of vehicles being involved in traffic accidents, and the battery explodes, bursts into flames. These lithium-ion batteries, they store a tremendous amount of energy, and it doesn't take much to detonate them. When they do burst into flames, the fiery explosions can be unbelievable. The next issue is the shortage of trained mechanics who know how to fix an electric vehicle. When a normal car breaks down, you can take it to any dealer or service station in your neighborhood. That's not always the case with an electric car. Oftentimes, if your car goes bad, if your electric car breaks down, you usually end up having to take it back to the service center of the dealer you purchased it from. We're hearing that a lot of these dealers are having delays and long wait times for repairs. The other issue is cost. Getting your vehicle serviced at a dealership is always a lot more expensive than getting it serviced, at your local mechanic. The next issue is short range. A lot of these electric vehicles have ranges disclosed by the manufacturers that are in the 200 to 250 mile range. But a lot of people online are claiming that they're not getting that much mileage. And that can often be a function of temperature drops. As the temperature goes down, batteries become less effective in generating power. So if you live in a cold weather state or a state that, is cold for half the year, keep in mind that may cause the range of your electric vehicle to go down significantly. The next issue is sticker shock. When people see the high prices of electric vehicles, they are stunned. The base models of some electric vehicles can range from $40,000 to $65,000, and that's before people start adding options to them. Once they begin adding those options, the price can go up dramatically. Another issue that we found with electric vehicles is poor performance in the snow. People are complaining that these cars are very difficult to drive in heavy snow because of their weight. A lot of people feel it's because of their weight. So if you live in a cold weather state, keep that in mind as well. The next issue is flat tires. A lot of people are saying that these electric cars, they get a disproportionately high number of flat tires because of the heavy battery weight, and people are speculating that the tires are just not supporting the very heavy weight of the car. The next issue is with ongoing technical malfunctions. Now, a lot of these electric vehicles, they routinely get operating system and software updates over the internet, and these updates are constantly affecting the electronics of the car. So today you may drive your car and everything is fine. Tomorrow your vehicle will update its operating system or provide or download some software patch, and the next thing you know, some of the features on your vehicle stop working because of it. The next issue is diminished roadside assistance. If you have a gas-powered car, you can call AAA or any roadside service company, and they'll eventually get to your car and they'll help you. With electric vehicles, it's a little different. A lot of these companies don't have the training. A lot of these roadside service companies don't have the training or expertise necessary to deal with an electric car. So if you do get them to come out and help you, your options may be diminished. They may be able to help you less than they could with a gas-powered vehicle. There's also another major issue with roadside service. If you're going on a long trip, let's say you're driving, a couple hundred miles away, and you have a breakdown somewhere in the middle of nowhere, and you go online and you check to see, where the nearest dealer is that's capable of servicing an electric vehicle, you may find that the nearest dealer is 100 or 200 miles away. So the cost of towing your vehicle, that significant difference can equal or exceed the actual repair bill depending on what's the matter with your car. So that's a serious consideration. The next issue is wait lists. You can't just go online and buy an electric vehicle and start driving it. You have to usually, with most of the manufacturers, you usually have to get on a wait list. And some of these wait lists can be months long. And with some of the manufacturers, there's no specific or guaranteed delivery date. It's what's known as a soft delivery, meaning they deliver the vehicle whenever they can. The next issue is limited cargo space. A lot of these cars have very limited cargo space, and that means if you have a large family and you guys go out and buy a lot of groceries or haul things around, you may find that the storage space for you and your needs is inadequate. Now, having said all this, I really believe that someday in the near future, when the technology and the infrastructure catch up, then these electric vehicles will make a lot of sense. But for now, I can understand why so many people refuse to buy them. Having said that, I want to thank you for watching, and we will talk to you soon.